I like to think I'm quite chilled, but sometimes you get up in the morning, like this morning, and you just feel a little bit out of sorts. I've got an excuse. I've made up an excuse for myself, and my excuse is that I've had a busy time of late, last couple of weeks, and even me, who is super chilled, eventually gets a bit worn down by it all. And I think the final straw was this morning when I got up and I thought, I've not had my prescription. Where's my prescription? They usually send me an email, a message saying that your prescription's ready for picking up. And then I had this thought. I thought, have I ordered this prescription? So I went on my little app and I hadn't. My last prescription was in September, so there should have been one at the end of October. And there wasn't. So I had to reorder it, which means I ran out about 3 days ago, which means it's going to be about another 3 days, so that's almost a week. Now I need these drugs to keep me going. So what I have to do, I can get away for a few days if I just take my aspirin, my blood thinners. So now, and I've had a look and I've not got any, so now I'm going to have to go and get some of those on the way home. And I've put this prescription, and it's the first time I've done that, and it's kind of little things stacking up, isn't it? Little things stacking up to kind of just wear you down a little bit. But I kind of knew that I just needed to get into a place where I can put that to one side, because it's sorted now. I've ordered it now. I have to wait now. There's nothing I can do about it now. So I thought I'll get myself into a place. So we came out here into the countryside to our little place, and it's very busy. There's lots of people. I thought there'll be lots of school kids because it's half term, but I've not seen any kids. It's all adults, it's all people wandering about. There's a woman behind me now staring at me, wondering what I'm doing. And we're going to have to go and search out somewhere else now, because I like peace and I like quiet and I like solitude. But we've been out here now, and I brought my camera because I thought, we're just going to chill. And it's all right. The thing to do is, when you feel a bit down, when you feel a bit stressed, is take yourself out to your happy place. Find your happy place. You will know your happy place. It doesn't have to be in the countryside, you know. It could be just a room in your house. It could be a place in your town. It could just be anywhere. It's just that this is mine. And this seems to me to have all the ingredients to make me a bit more chilled. And that's where I am now, a bit more chilled. But like I say, it don't have to be. Just a walk round your neighbourhood, a walk into town, a sit in a room gazing out of a window, wherever. But you will need that at some point, because like me, chilled as anything. I'm chilled. I don't really give a toss about many things. But life will conspire to get you down. This is a 21st century malady. This is a 21st century disease, and it affects us all, no matter how immune we think we can be. It will in some way. May only be a very, very, very slight way, but it will affect you. You need to get out to your happy place, and that's where I am now. And we've taken a couple of photographs, and I've got a couple of nice fungi. I might put a little bit of a slideshow. I'll do that. If I get some decent ones, I'll put a little bit of a slideshow up at the end of this, just to show you what we do, how we spent a couple of hours, and how we got it all out of our minds. But I am happy to be here. Here! Far from the madding crowd, high up above the Lancashire plain, surrounded by countryside that is still gold and brown and orange, despite the mad winds we've had and the mad winds we continue to have. There's always somewhere to chill if you know what works for you. This won't be the prescription. This will just be a part of the prescription. Life is like a jigsaw, isn't it? we have to put all these parts together, and this is only one part. There is no quick fix to stress and anxiety and just the pressures of everyday life. There is no quick fix. No matter what you say on YouTube, and no matter what impression I may have given in the past. And I've tried not to say it's easy, this is it. I find it easy, or fairly easy, because I know what my prescription is. I can order my prescription and then go and pick it up within a few seconds. I can order my prescription and then walk out into the countryside. And that is my medication, that is my drug. But doesn't work like that. It's a series of things. It's where you go, what you wear, how you feel, who you meet, what you see, what you hear, what you buy, what you sell, what you drink, what you eat. It's this whole jigsaw. And when you can put that jigsaw together, have you ever done a complicated jigsaw, and then when you do it and you look at it at the end and you get this great feeling that, wow, I did that, that's great. And you look at it and there's kind of, you know that at some point you're going to have to break it up and put it back in the box, but there's always this trepidation about this. There's always this wanting to just leave it where it is, and some people do that. I mean, they varnish them and frame them. But in most people, you will end up breaking it up, and it's just like this experience. I'm loving it out here at the moment. Molly's loving it. She's just gone through a gate here into the field and she's mooching about, and she's in a great mood this morning. But we know that at some point I'm going to have to break up this jigsaw and go home. And I will go back to the problems that we had before we set off this morning. But hopefully I will be in a different mindset. Hopefully I will be in a different place. My head will be in a different place. And so I will be able to cope with the pressures of the rest of the day. I haven't got much pressure in my life. It's a case of finding something to do during the day. I've got my daily, ordinary household tasks to do, but I can do what I please for the most part. I can spend my day as I please, and that's great because I'm retired, and hopefully one day you'll be retired too, and some of you are, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And then you can start putting that jigsaw together and come out with your little dog as she rolls about in the grass. You just walk in the countryside, or walk in that woodland, or walk in that town, walk through that shopping centre, walk through the house, sit on the porch, stare into the distance. But it's a jigsaw, it's all part of a jigsaw. Don't expect a quick fix. Expect to work at the jigsaw, and then when you put that final piece of the jigsaw in and it fits, and then you pat all that jigsaw down like we always do when we've done a jigsaw, pat it flat to get the best effect out of it. When you've patted your jigsaw together, you'll know, and then you can experience it for a few hours, and then you can break the jigsaw up and go back to life. And it'll be much better, and you'll know it is. What's Molly eating? Molly, what are you eating? She never eats rubbish when she's out. Bad girl. She's not a bad girl. How could Molly be a bad girl? We're just going to carry on? No. This little gate here is high up and it's got a great view, so we do like just pausing here sometimes and having a look over the countryside and just having a listen, because there's nothing, there's no sound. The sound is the wind in the trees. There's a lemon sun trying to come through above us. It's a cloudy day. I think it's going to rain later on, but that doesn't worry us. Because there's nothing we can do about it. Why worry about that if there's nothing you can do about it? Come on. Get a grip, people. I feel much better now. I feel much better just for getting out here. After that little brief bit of pressure, little brief bit of, oh my God, my prescription. If I don't get that, then I'm going to be in terrible trouble. I'm going to be ill. And then we ordered it and I thought, nah, we're all right. We'll get some aspirin. We'll get over it. We'll be all right till we get our prescription. Don't worry about it. Stop fretting. Don't fretting. Don't sweat the small stuff. Just find your happy place. Find that place. Mine is here. Yours is there. You find yours, I'll find mine. And we'll both complete the jigsaw at the same time, won't we? When I got up this morning, before we came out, I was sitting having a coffee, and I usually put YouTube on because I don't watch television, and the radio is in the kitchen. So even though I listen to the radio, I sometimes put that station on YouTube anyway. But I put it on and I was just going through, and there's a lot of these slow living YouTube channels, aren't there? I mean, I think I used to talk more about slow living than I did, but I'm hoping now that the lifestyle I talk about links to that, because it is all linked to that. Our type of chilling life is a slow life, simple life, very simple life. But I was rattling through the channels and one came up and it was a young girl. And it was this slow living thing, and I thought, oh, I've not seen her before. It'll be another one of these, like running through the cornfields, you know, baking cinnamon buns and being a hippie. Anyway, it was just, there was no talking. And I think, how can people do that? I mean, but I kind of watched it for about 10 minutes, and it showed her just getting up and doing a thing, and then she went into the kitchen, and of course she had a culture going. So of course she was making sourdough, because that's what you've got to do when you're a slow living lass. You've got to run through a field baking cinnamon buns and making sourdough bread anyway. But I found myself watching it and I got the appeal. And the appeal, I think, was watching someone else living a gentle, quiet, stress-free life, at least short, stress-free experience, just making sourdough bread. And I thought, do you know what? I'm living this morning, I'm living this moment vicariously through her making sourdough bread. And I thought, it's escapism. That's all it is. It's escapism. And that's what I've kind of not got. I mean, I've criticised these. I like them. I think I've always said they're most of them are incredibly well done and incredibly nice to watch. But I realise now that there's no real agenda with these. And I don't think there's any agenda. There's no reason for these people to put these up. And that's done just as entertainment, as a chilling experience for other people. And when I've come to this realisation, I realised that, yeah, they got, that's fine, that's good. I've always enjoyed them, but I've always got the impression that some of them are like, look at me, look at this wonderful life I've got, and you've not got this wonderful life, and you won't be able to attain this wonderful life because I live in a cottage in the woodlands that they've probably rented out for a couple of weeks and done a few videos. But then that's all right. Where's the bad in that? Because it's providing entertainment. They're just making entertainment. Just like a documentary or a film or a short film on television or a comic book or a nice meal or a night in the pub or a wander along the hillside. They're just providing entertainment, and that's good, and well done them. And we shall appreciate it and we shall enjoy it. Because that's just another piece of the jigsaw. Get up in the morning, sit on the couch, put YouTube on, watch somebody making sourdough bread for 10 minutes, just while you kind of come round in the morning, after you've watched the news and it's all bad news. Just watch that. Just watch Emily making a sourdough bread in a cottage in the woodland. Come on, we're struggling through a gate here, a little kissing gate. There you go. And we've come out here because it's a bit wild and nobody comes out here, and there might be some nice fungi to photograph. If we can find a fungi, that's all we need. It's all you need in life, a fungi. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go and find something to photograph. We're going to mooch about for about an hour. I'm going visiting my friend's dogs at lunchtime to give them the lunch and let them out, because she's out, she's working away for the day. So we're going over there. So that means rather than go home, we're just going to chill out here. So we've got all morning to chill out here and do absolutely nothing. So I'm going to get my camera out now and I'm going to go playtime. And it's all good and it's all good. And I feel so much better than I did an hour ago. And I didn't feel bad, because I don't feel bad. But my level of chill, if that drops, it's kind of profound. I don't do pressure because I don't really come under pressure. And I'm glad I don't, because I don't do pressure very well. Ooh, no. It's great here. There's loads of logs with moss on. That means there'll be fungi growing out of them. There's loads of ferns, there's loads of things to photograph and record and look at. And we're just going to do that, and time will drift. And that jigsaw will just fall into place and we'll be patting it down. And then we'll scrunch that jigsaw up and put it back in its box, get in the car and go about our day. But just like having that feeling you get of accomplishment when you do a jigsaw, when you finish a jigsaw, that kind of puts you in a good mood for a while, that's where we will be. We'll have done the jigsaw, scrunched it up, put it back in its box, but that will be all right because we'll have got the enjoyment out of it, and then we'll go about our day. And it will be good, and life will be good. And there's a stream in front of us I can hear. Wish I brought my other camera out. I could have got some slow-mo of the little waterfalls. We're going to enjoy today. We are going to enjoy today, and I hope you enjoy today as well. And we shall see you on the flip. Peace and love.